To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. Before I get started in today's video, a couple days ago I made a 39-second short video. You can call them shorts. I did it wrong. I was supposed to have the camera pointed upwards and not sideways, but regardless, I tried to make a short video and I was trying to be funny. Here's the video. Hi, scaremonger woman here to tell you I've heard confirmed reports from a birdie who got it from a bluebird, who got it from a red bird, who heard it from a chicken, that the world's coming to an end. We got to do something right now so we can keep it from happening. These are unconfirmed reports, but I am sure it's true because Birdie told me. So prepare now. Do it now. I'm not going to tell you how to prepare, but I know you'll figure it out. And if you can't, well, so much for you and more for me. Scaremonger one, out. So that's my attempt at humor. I hope it went over well. I've gotten a few comments that nobody understood what it meant. I have said many times that this channel is about living free, having freedoms. It's not about prepping or fear-mongering or scaring people into choosing a different lifestyle and constantly being scared. As a matter of fact, part of freedom is not being scared. And so I have tried to demonstrate that my self-reliance lifestyle, although it may seem like a prepping channel, it's not. I'm not prepared for anything. I just live life under this situation, which happens to coincide with being able to deal with anything that might happen. If the electric grid goes down, I've got electric. Food shortages, I got food. Water supply shortages, I got water. So I got everything I need. But I keep watching these prepping channels and I keep waiting for them to teach me how to prep. I would love for a prepping channel to teach me something that I don't know. How to generate electricity from cow manure. That's the kind of stuff that I would be interested in preppers telling me, but they don't. The only thing they tell you is how to be afraid and then telling you, you got to prepare. But how do you prepare? So I made this little video and it went over okay, I guess, but it was a joke. I was being silly because I just watched a video of someone telling me that he had unconfirmed reports of a battle in some ocean and it was terrible and the whole world was going to be devastated, but he didn't know anything more than that. I was like, well, why'd you make a video? I didn't learn anything. So I felt like making a funny video based off that video. So as you know, if you see the blue cooler out, that means I'm getting ready to start canning tomorrow. This is my temporary refrigerator. Our refrigerator is too full to put any extra meat in it. So tomorrow we're going to can. We got some chicken in here. I butchered my own chicken. I'm going to talk to you about that a little bit and how to balance things when you own chickens. So I'm down here at the chicken coop here and look at this. This is a little girl right here and she's allowing me to touch her. Look at this. You know what that means? That means she thinks I'm a rooster and that I want to, do the thing that roosters do with hens. So that tells me something. Right now we've gotten 2 eggs, one 2 days ago and one today. Very small eggs. One of the ways you can find out which hen is ready or is producing eggs is by doing that. If they lay down like that, that means that they're ready. The other ones won't lay down. That one's walking away, that one walks away. So it looks like a little girl, yeah, see, she just went down. So today we've had to make some tough decisions. And one of the things we had to do was, maybe you'll see the little silver chicken right there, right by the brick. There's a white one, a tan one, and a silver one. We've named the silver one Two-Faced. Well, a couple days ago, she had an eye injury. It was pretty serious. It was infected, it was bleeding, and so we've been treating her up at the house. We've been left her up in the house. Just in case she had a parasite, we didn't want her to spread it to everybody else. Today, both eyes are open. She's looking very healthy, very happy. So we brought her back down today and she mixed right back in. Everybody accepted her. She did very well. So today we had to make another hard choice. We had 3 roosters. We had 2 Buff Orpingtons. We had one that had a red band. I put a red zip tie around his leg. And we had another one that had a white zip tie. And we had Frenchie. Frenchie's walking around the cage right here. Now Frenchie is a Americana or an Easter egger. Very pretty. and his offspring could produce colored eggs. So we have Americanas over here also. So like silver and white right here, and that one, all these guys are Americanas. And we got a bunch of Americanas, but we only have 3 Buff Orpingtons. The problem is we had 3 roosters and they were just torturing these hens. The hens wouldn't even come out of the coop. They were sitting on their roost, they wouldn't come out, they weren't eating, they weren't drinking. Every time they come down to get some water, the roosters would, jump on them and just peck them to death. It was getting pretty bad. And then there was a lot of fighting between the 3 roosters. Now Frenchie was the smallest rooster. Red was the biggest and white was right in the middle. Well, then Frenchie was actually getting more aggressive because he was trying to compete with 2 bigger roosters. It was getting bad down here. They were crowing all the time, nonstop. So we decided that we were going to butcher the 2 Buff Orpingtons. We wanted to keep at least Red. We were thinking about keeping Red because he was so tough that if something got in here, he would sacrifice himself probably to fight off whatever it was that was in here. But he was also very aggressive. And then White, he was aggressive too, but White, you might see a small little tinge of a scar there. It's not much of a thing anymore. But he got me, and it bled pretty good. So he was pretty aggressive. The only one that's not aggressive is Frenchie. Look at this. He's all right. So we decided to go ahead and butcher those 2. They were the biggest that would give us the most amount of meat. Since then, everything has calmed down in here. Everybody is peaceful and happy. I can touch everybody. Well, she ran away. Here's little girl. So everything is going great. This is just, I mean, I've never seen these hens so relaxed. This is wonderful. I have not been able to do this. So you're experiencing something for the first time that I haven't seen. All of them are allowing me to, look at that. They're not running away. This is great. Automatically starting seeing positive results. Well, I spoke too soon, didn't I? Now, the reason we waited so long to butcher any of the roosters was because we wanted to see what Frenchie was. If Frenchie was a female, then we would have gotten rid of White. If Frenchie was a male, we were going to get rid of the Red and the White. Because the reason we're keeping Frenchie is that, like I said earlier, we have so many Americanas like him that we can breed Frenchie with the other Americanas and we'll get more Americanas. This is good because Americana eggs sell for more because they're colored eggs. With the Buff Orpingtons, we'll get brown eggs, but they'll only sell for about $2 a dozen. Whereas with the Americanas, I can sell the eggs for $3 a dozen. Now think about that. An extra $1. So here I have food, making me food, right? And it's paying for its own feed. If I can sell for $3 a dozen, I'd only have to sell 5 dozen to pay for a bag of food. Well, they don't hardly eat any food if they're out here free ranging and eating the grass and the bugs and different things. I have enough chickens here that I'll be able to get probably that many dozen per week. Now, the reason that colored eggs sell for more, think about it. Wake up in the morning and say, okay, kids, do you want a blue egg or a green egg or, whatever color it is? Now, the other reason it was good to get rid of the roosters was it was just more feed. We were having to spend more to feed them. And there was really not much in return. We didn't need them to breed. I think Frenchie should be able to breed them by himself. Now, there's going to be a lot of hens for him to have to breed. But what I think I'll do is I'll separate Frenchie and a few of the female Americanas, and then they can breed for a few days, and each one of those lay some eggs, and then whatever chicken is broody at the time, I'll just put those eggs underneath her. Now, the Buff Orpingtons, the reason we keep the Buff Orpingtons is they're very broody, meaning that they'll make good mothers. The Buff Orpingtons, the adult ones, they'll sit on the eggs, all the while the Americanas are laying the eggs. Then we'll let the Buff Orpington let the eggs hatch. She'll protect them so none of the other chickens will harm them. That way I know that I'll have 100% birth rate from those eggs. Because like I said, Frenchie won't be able to keep up with all the hens. He won't be able to mate with them. So if I just leave them all out together, you'll put some eggs underneath a broody chicken, and some of them won't hatch simply because they weren't fertilized by Frenchie. This will balance things out They won't harm each other. Automatically, they become more friendly. I can pet them. This is wonderful. And Carolyn and I was talking about balancing life like this. And today was a good example of that. Our life is all about balance. Not too much work, but just enough that we are prosperous and happy and free. You know, I was working prior to becoming a nomad. When I was a nomad, I was working 12, 16 hours a day sometimes, 7 days a week. I mean, I was working every day for 4 years. I didn't get a vacation. Well, I take that back. I got one vacation, and while I was on vacation, I got called back in to be reprimanded. I managed an organization. There was no balance. It was all work and no fun, no play. It was constant stress, constant unhappiness, misery all the time. Well, here we got a balance of everything. Right now I'm sitting out here in the trees, nice little breeze. It's beautiful. It's a little respite from any work I had to do today. And there's work to do to progress our happiness and progress our freedom. So it's all a balance. Our finances is a balance. How much we spend versus how much we make, how much we put in savings. And so we reduce our spending so we don't have to make more. And it's a balance. So I hope I can inspire you to find the balance when you're living your dream. Thanks for watching.